There's 30 cows in the field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
2.
How many what?
2.
How many didn't?
2.
How many what?
No, 8.
No.
Wait,
No.
There's 30 cows in the field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
10.
Yeah. There's 30 cows in the fields and 8 chickens. Physically, 8.
Oh, 28 chickens.
Wait, what?
There's 30 cows in the field and 28 chickens.
How many?
28. Like cow.
Yeah, cows ate the chicken.
Yeah. And then he's
What?
Is that a cow?
a chicken.
No, cows ate chickens.
That's some good animation.
Good, good. I'll save my PG-13 stuff.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Okay, here we go.
God, that was good. I'm going to delete it myself. Gee willikers.
See, the problem in pre-calc, the first time I told the joke, it was like my best one. And so then after that, it's just been disappointment. I gotta start low. See, like, one of the lame ones would be like, why did the banker quit his job?
Because he couldn't bake.
He lost interest.
I don't get it because I don't know about things.
We don't have business classes here.
When we do exponentials, you'll understand. All right, here we go.
We're gonna do what now?
How about now?
Answer C
Right
suffix.
now.
She's just going to throw it in her face all of a sudden, like here. Then it's going to say the joke.
3 equations are all the same. Blah, blah, blah. Select the equation that includes the zeros. Which version shows
Second one.
the second one? Shows you the x-intercepts, right?
Gee willikers.
You gotta change the sign, but they're there. It's 3 and 9. That would be the x-intercepts. Oh, and then that gives you the answer for B. Select the values of x for which f of x equals 0. You would pick 3 and 9. The reason these problems are like this is how they will show up on the SBAC.
So stupid.
This is how they're worded, and this is how you'll be on a computer. You'll have to click, and then click, and that's how you'll answer. Make sense?
Got it.
All right. Next one, which one is this? Shows f of 0. What's f of 0 mean?
Standard form.
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Yes. And because that's when x is 0. And so yeah, you got the answer would be, which one shows the y-intercept easily?
The first one.
First one, plug in 0 for x, 0, 0. So what is the y-intercept?
Negative 54.
Negative 54. Do not change the sign. Just plug in 0 for x. And then this one, what is this? Vertex, I think? Which one shows the vertex? Yeah. Which one shows the maximum value? Maximum value?
Third one.
Vertex. Third one, it's in vertex form. And then select the maximum value of f of x. What did you choose here?
6 and 8.
18.
Positive 18.
Oh god, 18.
It is 18, actually. When they ask it like that, the maximum value, they're asking for the y. The vertex, you're right, is 6, 18. But when they say just the maximum value, they're talking about just the y coordinate of the vertex, so it would just be 18. Tricky.
Pretty good.
All right.
It's like they walking with
See, I noticed a lot of people left these ones blank. Did you understand what it was asking?
Yes.
Could you give me the directions for this one in 3 words?
No, square. Complete the square.
Half it.
Complete the square.
Complete the square.
Complete the
I
square.
never know what it's called. I just
That's
know
it.
it's half square.
Half it.
At least for the first part. Enter your answer in the first response box. They'll have you type it in. So basically, you got to do completing the square to get it to that format. So go ahead and do that. X squared minus 7x minus 18. Group them. Nothing to factor out. What's half of 7? 3.5. 3.5 squared.
12.25.
Sucks. It doesn't say if it wants fractions or decimals, so I guess it doesn't matter.
So very comfortable.
What'd you guys do? Decimals?
Yeah.
Someone did fractions?
I did it later on, though.
You have
Oh,
to
yeah?
second for number 5.
7x. What'd you say it was? Plus what?
Plus 12.25.
I will trust you.
It is.
Okay. minus 18, bring that one out. So it's just x squared minus 7x plus 12.25 minus 30.25. So your answer would just be x minus 3.5 squared minus 30.25.
Hey, so what happened on the second one? What happened on the second one? Like scoot it to the left? Minus 15.
You just bring that out. There's nothing in front to multiply by, so just
Then
leave
the
it.
x coordinate is.
Yeah, so that's the answer for the first part. Then the second part, enter the x coordinate of the vertex. The x coordinate would be,
It's already in stupid people form.
what's the x coordinate of the vertex?
2.5.
3.5. Positive 3.5. That would be part B. No, you can't borrow anyone. Thanks for asking. That's good.
Why should his number be in a group chat for the A and B?
It's important.
It's A is B. We're
Come
getting
on.
serious.
Come on.
It's like a,
This is dependent on our school next year.
He's acting too much. He's acting too much.
So is passing your classes, but whatever.
wow.
All right.
Hey, bro, you shouldn't talk, bro. You're like dust.
Next one.
That was me. That was me.
It was.
Completing the square. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Same exact thing. Just a little harder on the old completing the square.
Turn to ash.
Oh, this one's ugly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got it done.
I'm going fractions. I don't care what y'all say. 28, pull it out. X squared plus 16/28.
4 sevenths.
I was going to reduce it
4
to
sevenths.
4 sevenths?
Yeah.
No. 16. Oh, 28s, not 18s.
Yeah.
Come on.
4 goes into both. Yeah, 4 sevenths. You're right.
Whoops.
Minus 80. Half of 4 sevenths will be 4 14ths, which is 2 sevenths. Oh, yeah, half of that's 2 sevenths. Squared is 4 49ths.
How?
Because 7 times
Oh, yeah.
7 x plus 4 49ths minus 4 49ths minus. If you do decimals, I'll convert it to decimals at the end to check your answer.
I was saying, would they be able to pull out the 4 or no? That's what
Up here,
yeah.
you have to pull out whatever's the leading coefficient is. The whole thing. You can't just pull out what they have in common.
There can't be a number in the.
Wait, how'd you get 4 sevenths again?
Yeah. There can't be a number in front of the x squared in here. So you have to pull out the whole 28. How to get what? What?
How'd you get?
4 sevenths? If I pull a 28, basically you're dividing both of these by 28.
So
When you do
16
this.
over 20.
So 16 over 28 reduces down to 4 sevenths. You divide them both by 4.
Because that way when you distribute it, it goes back to the
Yeah,
same.
that way if you distribute it, it'd be 28 times 16 28ths, which is just 16. We all caught up now?
Yep.
Okay, so here, bring out the 4 49ths, but I gotta multiply it by 28. That's exciting. Times x squared plus 4 7th x plus 4 49ths. 4 49ths, 6 28ths, 80 and 32 is 112 49ths.
16 sevenths.
I'm just going to go with 112 49ths for now. 7 goes into both of those. 16 times and 7 times. All right. So that's negative 16 sevenths minus 80, which would be 560. Negative 576 sevenths.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's the number. How do you do that?
Huh? Common denominator?
Multiply it.
Common denominator is 7.
It's like the second time.
Hey, how's 16?
That's 80 over 1, so I just multiply 80 times 7. Well, what's 8 times 7? 56. Put a 0 at the end. 560. 560 minus 16. Negative 576.
Wow.
Half of 4 sevenths
They
was
should put
2
you on the
sevenths.
Wow.
And then you got a
I'm
28.
not sure if that was a roast or something.
So there it is. If you did it as decimals, you would be, what's 2 sevenths as a decimal? If you did decimals, you'd have 28 times x plus 0.285 or 286 squared, and then 576 sevenths.
Ugly.
82.286.
Shut up.
Hey, you need to calm down.
So there's your answer if you did decimals. There's your answer if you did fractions. If you did decimals all the way through, you might be a little off because of rounding, but not too far. Any questions? Did you?
No.
Did you get scared because of the fraction?
I was going
I
to
got
decimal.
scared reading the
No,
directions.
actually I did do fractions, but I did not get that.
And then the x-coordinate of the vertex, negative 2/7,
Yeah.
or negative 0.286. Yeah?
Yep.
Feel it? It's not hard yet, right? It's just ugly numbers. Don't be scared of ugly numbers. Use a calculator.
Huh?
Yes,
I know.
That's so many.
Ooh, these are the kind we're going to start doing today. This one?
I'm gonna do it on my phone.
It's hard.
Shaking the camera.
This is the easiest one.
Yeah.
It's just a ball's on the ground. Sean kicks the ball in the air at s equals 0. What does that mean?
The vertex?
The y-intercept. Here we go again.
It's the easiest
That's 0
one.
seconds.
It's the easiest one.
You'd be honest with yourself, though, man.
Darren, you're needed for 1 second.
It's 8.
In the gear room.
Beer.
It's never usually. So he kicks the ball when s equals 0. That just means when time is 0, that's when he's going to kick the ball. So when he kicks the ball, what's the height of the ball? 0. So it starts at 0, 0. The height of the ball can be modeled as a quadratic function. We'll talk about that in a minute with respect to time. It reaches a max height of 64 feet and lands on the ground 4 seconds later. So what's the next point, you know? There's when he kicks the ball.
The other x-intercept is 4.
Yeah, when it lands, what's the height of the ball when it lands?
4.
The height is
0.
0.
So at 4 seconds, it's back on the ground.
And then this is
Okay.
between those two, you put the 64.
I told you.
I thought it was, he kicked it, and as soon as it got to the top, the highest point, it fell 4 seconds later.
What?
That,
I get what you're saying.
4 seconds of that 64.
Oh, it reaches the height of 64 feet,
So it's like a
and then
added
lands on
And
the
lands on the
ground
ground 4
4
seconds
seconds
later.
later. That is kind of confusing, I agree.
Oh, I see.
So you had the second dot over here at 8, and then you put 464. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. That's, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's, yeah.
Because isn't that what it's saying?
No, when it's telling you it lands 4 seconds later, it's just saying, I don't think it's saying it reaches a height of 64 feet and then 4 seconds later it lands.
So it lands 4
It's just
seconds
saying
after you kick it.
overall, after he kicks it, it lands 4 seconds later.
It says it reaches a max height of 64.
So you should go right in the middle because parabolas are
But
symmetric.
it sounds like they're saying
it,
it lands.
it kind of does, because
Because it says it reaches the maximum height of 64 feet and
then
land
Maybe you're right.
on the ground 4 seconds later.
So you have this.
But it could be both, couldn't
It could be technically. Maybe that's why they threw this problem out. See, these problems are ones that they've like actually taken out of the test, but are really similar to ones that are still on the test. So hopefully it's just worded more clearly. I wouldn't, if I gave you a quiz or a test, I would try to word it more clearly and make sure you knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, but you're not going to give us that.
Better give me
That is true. Hopefully I'll get to be in the room and I'm just like, hey, come here.
Okay.
I see what you're doing. And I cannot answer your question. Do you see it?
Oh, dang. That would be so.
You see?
Don't be stupid, Nick. I cannot answer your questions on this test.
Be smart.
Be smart about it.
That's a hard one.
No wonder you have a D in my
No.
class if you can't answer that.
That's
how we roll. We'll talk about that.
Hey, that's lit. That's lit.
Unless it's not multiple choice. Then
Everyone in the class is 100%.
I had 6
Wow,
tests.
you're such a great teacher.
okay, this one. Determine whether this could be the equation or not. So there could be more than one answer here, I think. Could x minus 3, x minus 9 be the equation for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because remember you switched the x-intercepts would be positive 3, positive 9, positive 3, positive 9. So that one could be it. Could that one be it?
I put no.
No, because that would have you a negative 3x intercepts, right? Does everyone understand the factored form? How to get the x-intercept? Get there. That's all this is. Positive 9 and negative 6?
I
I
put
don't think
no.
so. Ooh, how about that one? The x minus 3 squared minus 18.
No.
Why
It
not?
only goes down to -9.
Yeah, the vertex would be positive 3, negative 18. I don't think so.
Not a chance.
I don't even know why that one would be on there. Like, who would guess that?
Hey, you never know, man.
How about minus 6, put minus 9?
I think yes.
Yes, because that's vertex
Hey, I
form.
got that.
Right 6
Come on.
down 9, yes.
Hey, do some bad.
Are we to the hard ones yet?
Almost.
There's easy ones?
No.
The whole thing right there.
Okay. Maybe the graph.
So they give you a function, place a point on the coordinate grid to show the x-intercept, place a point to show the maximum value. So I just said draw your own, complete your own graph. I'm assuming on the computer they're going to have a grid, just like the soccer ball. They're going to have something like that, and you just click and put a point where it goes.
Hey,
Did you guys get those on that one you took? I'm learning this afternoon how to look at your scores.
I don't think so.
But you guys told me not to look at the scores.
I didn't have graphics, so I didn't do it.
So, x-intercepts, how are we going to get that from that?
We gotta make it into the form.
No, complete square.
Take out the negative. Oh wait, hold on.
Take out the negative.
What are you going to do? What are you going to factor it? You could.
Ooh.
You could do completing the square first if you wanted. And then get the x-intercepts by putting 0 in and solving it that way.
So you can get your vertex.
It's up to you. What do you guys, what's easier?
I mean,
Well, graphic.
Okay.
Because they're just asking for the x-intercept.
no,
First.
and for the
X-intercept and vertex.
do the
Vertex
complete
first.
square and then
Vertex, because then you can just plug in 0.
Yeah.
Do complete. If you factored it, you would do, if you did this first, you would pull out a negative first. Because factoring with a negative x squared is not fun. It makes it more difficult. So if you pull a negative out of all of them, it would be x squared minus x minus 6. And then factor that, easy. Right?
Yep.
Right?
3, 2.
3 and 2?
Yeah, 3.
Which one's positive?
Negative 2.
2. So yeah, negative 3 plus 2, that multiplies to negative 6, adds to negative 1. So your x-intercepts would be positive 3.
Hey, that was pretty fast.
2. That's not bad.
No.
Or if you did completing the square first, I mean, see, there's so many different ways to do this. I don't know what you guys.
The fourth way is the way out.
You could find the middle of. If you wanted the vertex and you wanted to find the middle of those, you could do that. Anyone do that? Do the x-intercepts first by factoring and then find the middle. Okay.
Dude, but not
You did
now.
that? Feel good about it? I'm not gonna explain it if no one. Or you could do completing the square, negative x squared plus x plus 6. Group the front two. What do you got to pull out?
The negative.
A negative. And then you got x squared minus x plus 6. Right?
Half it.
Half of 1 is half. Squared is a fourth. I think this is actually going to be harder.
Shoot.
On it goes.
Plus a fourth minus a fourth plus 6.
Doesn't want to.
Bring out the
Just
negative. of
chuckles
four.
at us.
So we got negative x. I'm just going to get to the point here. It's negative x minus a half squared plus 5 3/4 or 23/4 or 5.75.
I just stick to the first
Right? So now, well, the vertex is 1/2 5.75. So if you drew a graph, it'd be like there. Yeah, solving that. Really, that comes out as a nice number? I don't believe it. I think we must do it.
And
Did anyone finish this?
No.
If you put 0 in for y, 0
Well,
equals.
I got something like it.
Because see here, if I factor in, we got these x-intercepts. I'm not convinced that we're going to get the same thing this way. Because doing the square root of 5.75 is going to get ugly.
gonna get ugly.
It got ugly, right?
Like as soon as you do that paper.
It's right there. You know how to solve for x?
Subtract
Subtract
5.75.
5.75.
It's negative 5.75.
Well,
isn't
I
it?
did 2 steps at once.
Oh, you can't do that yet.
I'm crazy like that.
That's not cool.
I subtracted 5.75, but then look at there's a negative out here.
Oh, so you just multiply.
Divide by -1 or multiply by -1.
Wait, oh.
Because of that negative?
I get
Oh,
Because
you
then you have to
already
do it to
did.
both
I
sides, so
followed
it stays
Yeah.
the same.
You already okay, understand.
Maybe I won't skip steps yet. Then square root it. Square root of 5.75.
Good gracious. These are ugly.
2.4.
2.398
2.4.
plus or minus. Put it in a fraction? Okay. Math.
Like, what is that in half?
Doesn't. It won't do it. It's irrational.
Irrational number.
Awesome.
So that tells me something's
guess.
weird here. I'm confused.
We did wrong.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
you're
now you know
confused?
how we
Finally,
feel.
you're the one confused.
Actually, it's 2.3979.
Okay.
I rounded.
Why
Add a
did you-
half
you round
both
it? It's like
sides.
2.4.
Because doing it this way, I get x equals 2.398 plus a half would be 2.898.
Plus times 3.
Yeah, pretty close to 3.
But not 3. It should be exact. And then negative 2.398 plus a half.
It's contorted.
Negative 2.398 plus a half. Negative 1.898.
Pretty close to 2. I don't know about you, but.
So my question becomes, what did we do wrong?
Or what did S back
Ugly
do?
problem.
Got it. I know we did wrong.
What?
Dang, he's so
Hey,
good.
hey.
Oh my god! Oh, stupid! Oh my god. Runs into the wall.
Head first.
It's right here.
Take 4.
Yeah, look at that.
That's what you
Right
get.
there.
That's what you get for doing it in your head again, straight to this one.
Positive 6 and
Yeah, you add. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
I
when you
had.
bring out the
I was just
negative,
saying, like-
you got to multiply by a negative.
Boy.
We had that. I thought we were wrong, so I just changed it.
Don't trust me.
Okay.
You're like a miniature Einstein.
6.25.
Oh, now I'm saying
Because
racist.
negative times a negative, when you bring it out, would be plus 1/4. 6 plus 1/4 is 6.25.
You're making me write all
You
that
found your
wrong.
problem real quick, though. I was like, you know,
No, like
I had to do it a second
I would've been
time.
like, eh, close enough.
I tried.
instead of
I
trying
got
to,
some work on my paper.
I'm just gonna round.
Ah, look at that.
Oh.
2.5. So then plus or minus 2.5
Equals
plus
3.
0.5, 3 and
X is
negative
3.
2. It
Okay,
works.
that makes sense.
Wow.
you do your pen, I would have shown the paper like that.
I was gonna tell them, but I thought we were wrong.
I know.
Speak up, Ellie.
I thought we were wrong. So I just left it.
Question everything. There we go.
There you go. That's what I was with you 100%.
We did that one in like half hour, and the top one we did in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, like if you struggle with this, like what do you?
It was like, dang it!
Hey, your vertex is
Yeah, your
wrong.
vertex, it's 6.25 is your vertex, not 5.75.
Oh, yeah,
dead.
the vertex should be 6.25.
Oh my gosh, again!
No, punches the wall.
You wonder if I could
Hey, Miss
never
Robbins.
do it the right way.
How did you get the half right here?
The half?
No, right here.
Over here?
On the put.
From 1 half.
When you factor
They laugh at stuff like that.
that,
Huh?
are you good to there? Or do you need to go back more?
No, right there is good.
Right there? When you factor that, remember when you do completing the square and you go to factor, it's always just half of whatever the number is in front of the x. So it's a 1, half of that, just a half. Back from the factor.
Yeah, it's weird.
Then I get that.
That Bonko is too close to your chair.
Okay, next one. Blah, 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 graph. Okay, cool.
I wish I could do it like that.
I'd be like,
One key thing, notice this is f of x, this is g of x. So they're two different. This one is just, they give you the graph for this one they just
actually
give you
did
the
that
table.
one.
Okay, true or false then?
I put false. And then
I put true.
false and then true.
The minimum value of f of x.
It's like the same.
That's -1.
What is the minimum value of f of x?
-1.
Hey, but I had it, but I erased it because I thought I said yes. No, I'm serious.
-4.
Look.
Yeah, -4.
Look at my erase mark.
Aw, shit.
Erase it real quick.
-1 is the minimum value of f of x, right? Greater than. What is the minimum value of g of x?
Bro, you gotta calm down.
He used to send a video.
-25.
So, like everybody.
Well, you got 25.
Which is true.
Is -1 greater than -25?
Yes, because it's closer to 0.
Yes, it is.
Well, true.
It's true.
See, now you're gonna see erase my marks on the false.
Next one. The value of x when f of x is at its minimum. What does that mean even?
When y is at its lowest point.
But what would they call? Just go.
It's just the x coordinate of the vertex. The value of x when f of x is at its minimum. So that's when y is the smallest. So for this one,
Yeah.
-4 is
Hey,
less.
come on.
This
Come on.
one is 1, and it says
Aw.
is less than.
And it's
Is it-
false.
Is -4 less than 1?
Yes.
Yes.
it
Yes!
is.
1 out of
I
2.
just thought if that one was true, the other one had to be false.
Don't do that.
What?
Do the math.
I couldn't even read the problem.
I can't say that.
Open your
Give me
eyes.
some.
Ooh, here's the easiest one.
Hey.
Which equation includes the minimum or maximum value of f as a number that appears in the equation?
Hey.
Hey. Okay, there's hope. You guys did it.
That's A.
I glanced through the ones that turned them in, and the backs were pretty blank.
Oh. Well, you should see mine. Mine
That's
was
the
like.
bar. I just wrote help because it was really like 11:02. I was like, you know what? Forget it. I didn't read it.
Equivalent equations have exactly the same solution set. Basically, it's just saying, are these the exact same thing as this?
First
Yeah.
one, yes.
Oh.
First one, yes.
Because yeah, this one, x squared plus 2y
Thanks,
plus 1.
Johnson.
If you factor that, you get y plus 1 times y plus 1, right?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Okay. And that is the same as 3 squared, so that's yes.
No.
The next one,
No.
y plus 1 equals 3. Is that the same thing?
No.
No, because
it's square root.
It's the same thing as the top one. They just took off the squares, and that doesn't make sense if they, you know.
No. It's no.
It's
It's
no.
probably yes. Like,
Probably means no, so.
Oh, wait. I have to
It's asking, is this equivalent to this?
do No.
And what the way they're trying to trick you because they're trying to make you go, hey, if y plus 1 squared equals 3 squared,
I can't say it.
couldn't I just square root both sides until y plus 1 equals 3?
But that's not the same thing.
no.
No, it's not. You can't.
What if we got a bigger question? Doesn't matter. It's pre-calculus problem.
Y equals 2, is that the same thing?
Yes.
Makes us all leave the root.
I don't know about that.
Smashes us
It's a solution, but it's not the same thing.
Like, if you solve this, how do you solve this for y?
You get y by itself.
You you get y by itself. And how do you do that when there's a y squared and a y in the same equation?
Yeah.
Correct formula.
But you have to find the square root.
Factor.
You factor. But before you factor, you have to have it equal to 0.
So you have to subtract 9.
Subtract 9.
Subtract
So
9.
it'll be y squared plus 2y minus 8
Equals
equals
0.
0. Factoring only works when it's equal to 0. If it's equal to anything else, I mean, you could factor it, but like right here, if you get y plus 1 times y plus 1 equals 9, that doesn't mean that you can go y plus 1 equals 9 and y plus 1 equals 9. That's not true. You know how when you solve for your x-intercept, you set them equal to 0?
Yeah.
That's not, this side has to be 0. And the reason for that is, let's say this is some number times some number, and I got to get 9 as my answer, right? If I just say, oh, then y plus 1 has to equal 9 minus 1 minus 1, y equals 8. First of all, it didn't work, because if I plug in 8, I get 9 times 9. Okay?
Well, couldn't you just...
The only reason it works, let me just get the pointer. If you multiply two things together and you get your answer equal to 0, and your answer is 0, what does one of the numbers have to be?
0.
0. Because 0 times anything is 0, right? That's why when you have it equal to 0, you go, oh, y plus 1 equals 0, y plus 1 equals 0, so y equals negative 1. And that would be correct for that. Because if you plug it in, one of them will be 0, and usually the other one will be something else, but it doesn't matter because 0 times anything is 0. So like here, you have it equal to 0, and you factor this. Y plus 4 times y minus 2 equals 0. Now we set each one equal to 0. Y equals negative 4, and y equals positive 2. Both of those work for this equation, because if I plug in negative 4, this number becomes 0, and 0 times anything, which in this case would be negative 6, it gets 0. It works. This one works because if I plug it in, this one becomes 0, and 0 times anything is 0. If this number is not 0, that doesn't work. If you had like, just an easy one to factor, if you had like x squared, what's easy, plus 3x minus 18 equals anything like, I don't know, 5. And if you're like, oh, I can factor that, that's x plus 6 times x minus 3, right? You cannot say, hey, x plus 6 equals 5 and x minus 3 equals 5. That doesn't work, because now you just said, hey, this number is 5. That means this number has to be 1 so that when I multiply it, it gets true. And that isn't going to happen. If I had minus 6, x equals negative 1, that doesn't work. If I plug it in, I get 5 times negative. If you plug in negative 1 for this, you get 5 times negative 4, and it'll end up with 20. It doesn't work. 0 is special. It only works with 0 because when you plug it in, you get 0 times something, and 0 times something is always 0.
You know what I thought?
What's your name?
I then just plugged in 2 for y.
Oh,
Oh no, buddy.
So, therefore, long story short, is this the same as this? No, because this has 2 different answers. That is only one of them.
So if it had...
Equal to?
One of them does, but this is, it's saying, is this equivalent to this? Equivalent means the same. It's not exactly the same. Sure, it's one of the answers, but it's not the exact same thing.
So if it puts multiple, then would it be x?
I don't know, you can't have a single equation.
Isn't that just a solution only?
That's just a solution, it's not the same equation. They're asking for an equivalent equation. See, equivalent equations have exactly the same solution set. There's no way, that's the only way to do it, I think. They could have done, well, factored form.
Stop.
So 0 is important.
Man, we're not going to get to the pre-calc problem.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sad.
This is the exact same
I'm
thing.
pretty sad.
Ooh, but this one's equal to 0. Is it the same if you just put the 0 on the other side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it the same if you just factor it?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
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 Why not?
That means he squared inside the parentheses.
Yeah, that would be t squared plus 5t
Plus 6t.
plus 6t. That's not the same thing, so that's no. And then the hard ones happen.
And then we leave class.
And then the bell rings. We're trying.
And we're not going to get to do them today.
They're probably all gone.
Oh my